film into the realm of video games, Cyberpunk 2077 was all the rage at E3. Considering we got barely anything. You know, we didn't really get much beyond a trailer for it.
Even at Gamescom, they said like, "Oh, here's a couple of screenshots." And
but it was all behind closed doors. You know, we heard from heaps of reporters that it looks amazing in practice, but we were really just going off their word.
Yeah.
Now, months down the line, we finally have this 48-minute demo, same one that was shown behind closed doors at E3 back in June. Dave, you have watched the majority of this thing. I'm not going to. I scrolled through it. I mean, it looks great. But again, I wasn't a huge fan of The Witcher. I never really finished it. I acknowledge the game for the greatness that it is, but it's just not my... I didn't have 100 hours to pour into it. Tim is shaking his head at me. He's obviously very upset. He's going to turn off the camera and leave at his first opportunity. But what did you think of this showcase?
Well, look, I was the same as you. I didn't really play The Witcher much at all. I know it's blasphemy on a video game podcast, but I got about an hour in and I was like, nah. And it was, I don't know, the world didn't talk to me and whatever. But this one, my initial thoughts is, damn. It looks so cool. Like, I love that, like, Blade Runner Total Recall sort of neon futuristic thing that they've got going on. So, like, I was immediately hooked. And it has a kind of, I didn't watch all of it, but what I got, it's got the first person perspective, so I'm feeling a bit of Fallout as well, and I'm a huge Fallout fan, so
Deus Ex Fallout kind of vibe.
Yeah, big time. So I feel like it is something that I could really immerse myself in, and it looks pretty, so that helps.
The first thing that I noticed with it, that it was nothing like The Witcher.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what worked for me.
It's a massive left turn compared to what they did and what was so successful for them. Do you think it's going to retain much of the core, I suppose, moment-to-moment gameplay? I know it's different because it's obviously a first-person shooter in effect.
It looks like it's got the same interactions with NPCs as The Witcher. Like, all that dialogue's still there, which I loved about The Witcher.
You're the fan?
I'm the one who's played
You're
it.
At least someone's... I feel like I thought I was going to be the minority.
I got to New Game Plus, so I love The Witcher.
Yeah. Cool.
Look, I tried to get into it. I literally played as much as I possibly could after picking it up nice and cheap on the PlayStation Store, but maybe it's because I hadn't played the second one beforehand, had no idea what the first one was. Tim is still shaking his head. It's been the longest head shaking that I've ever witnessed.
For the last 10 minutes.
He's hurt his neck. His neck is sore.
I just didn't have the time to put into it at the time. I think that was my problem. Like, if I really have a good 100 hours to throw at Cyberpunk, I think anyone's going to get into it, and probably the same with The Witcher.
How far along do you reckon it is? That's probably another question, because there's no release date, really. I mean, there's a floating one, I think, of around the 2020 mark, maybe late 2019.
It looks incredible as it is.
Yes.
How much more do they need to do until they go, all right, we can do it?
That's what I mean. Like, you've got a 48-minute trailer. How much? Most of the game's got to be already there. But I have heard that it is for this gen in the consoles, so it's got to be within the next 2 years at least.
Yeah.
You'd think we see PS5 and Xbox at least in 2020, because those new fantastic NVIDIA chipsets, the GPUs that they revealed, are going to... I think people are going to have a hunger for those once we start seeing those come into PCs in the next month or so, and what they can actually do. We'll have the link to that 48-minute gameplay demo on our website, mustplay.net.au, if you want to check that out for yourself.